Bullying is offensive, intimidating, malicious, or insulting behavior, an abuse or misuse of power. Whether it is occasional teasing or a relentless string of physical or emotional blows, bullying can be a source of pain and humiliation for students. Bullying has proven to be a major problem in our society. Unfortunately, every day children of various ages leave school feeling scared, sad, anxious, and embarrassed, which greatly interferes with their ability to learn and to enjoy their childhood. One of the reasons we look at bullying is to see how it psychologically affects the victim. These effects can range from social withdrawal at school, depression, sleeping too much, effects on learning, and negative behavior in the home. One other horrifying effect that bullying can have is suicide or homicide. Suicide is the third leading cause of death among young people, resulting in about 4,400 deaths per year. For every suicide among young people, there are at least 100 suicide attempts. Over 14% of high school students have considered suicide, and almost 7% have attempted it.
The bullying problem affects 5 key groups. They are teachers, school administrators, the Parent-Teacher Association, parents, and last but not least, the student. In an article published in August 2011, Marianne Edelman, a former lawyer for the NAACP and founder of the Children's Defense Fund, gives us a hard truth about zero tolerance. School kids have been expelled for actions such as giving a teacher a threatening look, poking another student with a pen, carrying doctor-prescribed medicine, and starting a snowball fight. These don't seem like actions harmful enough to warrant a full dismissal from school, but in some cases, just like this, a student is forced to leave school or even asked to find a new school district. In the state of Massachusetts, taxpayers spend over $78,000 per inmate in prison and only $12,000 per child in school. Harsh punitive actions make it more likely kids will be trapped in the destructive, expensive prison pipeline. In a study done for the school year 2009-2010, over 60,000 offenses were noted, and more than half of them were for unassigned offenses. These non-violent, non-criminal offenses resulted in 57,000 missed school days. Zero-tolerance policies failed the children that need intervention most of all. The state of Massachusetts is considering bills that would reduce the amount of out-of-school time a child spends for disciplinary reasons. My own thinking tells me that if a student is physically able to be in school, they should be.
Zero tolerance can seem harsh and uncaring. Wanda Cassidy from Education Canada suggests building a school culture that embraces rather than excludes children and effectively counteracts bullying and disruptive behavior. She says, the students that I've been researching say they want teachers and principals who listen, don't judge, are a friend, worry about me, and go beyond the boundaries of what you're supposed to be doing to help the person learn, because if not, the kid will say, oh, they're giving up on me, so I might as well give up on myself. Making sure students are not left feeling excluded and uncared for is an important issue to be aware of when implementing a zero tolerance policy. Another issue which can occur is labeling. My son, who was 15, was told by a school assistant principal that he was a bully. He was pulled into her office and yelled at for 20 minutes about bullying just because one student had made a comment to her. She had no evidence and even told him, you'd be in real trouble if I had more evidence. This event was very disturbing to my son, and he came home very upset. He's not a bully and had done nothing to deserve being treated this way. This is an example of zero tolerance policy being taken too far. Another question which needs to be asked, does the punishment fit the crime? Sometimes the punishment doesn't help with the situation at all, and we need to make sure we're asking that question. We also need to ask, what is being accomplished? What will change?
What is the OES Bullying Prevention Program? It is a universal intervention program for the reduction and prevention of bully victim problems. It targets students in elementary, middle, and junior high school, and school staff has the primary responsibility for introduction and implementation of the program. Core components of the program are implemented on 3 levels. 1. School-wide components. 2. Classroom components. And 3. Formation of a bullying prevention committee. Is it effective? It is shown to result in reductions in bullying, victimization, and antisocial behavior such as vandalism, fighting, theft, and truancy. It's proven to improve the social climate of classrooms, as reflected in students' reports of improved order and discipline, more positive social relationships, and a more positive attitude toward schoolwork and school. Some steps to implementation. Establish and train the bully-free program team. Provide a bully-free awareness presentation for parents and the community. Develop a program evaluation plan and determine the status of bullying in your school. Implement a bully-free curriculum. Develop and implement the bully-free program administrative strategies plans and policies. Establish the bully-free rules and behavioral expectations. Develop the discipline rubrics and adopt prosaical, no punitive strategies. Develop the response plan as well as a reporting and information exchange system. Train school personnel, volunteers, and other key individuals. It is very important for schools to follow the plan with a high level of consistency. The problem of bullying is not unknown in the church, but if we could implement the church model for dealing with it, we will be miles ahead in the process of education, prevention, and elimination of bullying. The model I speak of is that of the ward council. When a problem arises in the deacon's quorum, it is a ward problem, not merely a problem of 12-year-old boys. You can say boys will be boys and ignore it, but the problem is not being addressed. Leaving it for the deacons to work out on their own is also not a good idea. The full ward council becomes a hive mind, not one person dictating, but the combined brain power of the entire group. It is the same with our schools. The PTA cannot solve the problem of bullying all alone. Teachers are overwhelmed dealing with a myriad of issues. School administrators are only as effective as the policies they promote. Children in the schools are ill-suited to solve these problems for themselves. A great deal can be accomplished when they all come together as one to take a unified approach to solve a problem from the ground up through education. Our schools exist for that very purpose, to educate. It may yet be necessary to remove the child from the school through a zero-tolerance policy, but it must be the last resort. Bullying needs to be solved. Lives can be permanently changed and hurt if a solution is not put in place. Employing the group concept, where each key stakeholder plays a vital role in creating a hive mind, is going to pay a dividend. It may be impossible to completely rid the world of bullying, but we need to be moving forward, making progress to eliminate bullying. Doing nothing is not an option.